Okay, let's talk Captain America Civil War, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review, because let's face it, just because you wait to see the movie doesn't mean that you want it spoiled for you, just kind of want to know how it is. Captain America Civil War is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. These are the same guys that did Captain America the Winter Soldier, and also the same guys that will be doing Avengers Infinity War. So basically, cozy up to these two fellas, because they are going to handle the tentpole Marvel films for the next couple of years. Captain America Civil War is based on the comics. It is a story of how the Avengers react once they are presented with something called the Sokovia Accords. Basically, 100 some odd nations from the UN decide that the Avengers need oversight. While they have saved the world many times, they have also created some collateral damage in the way of human lives. And just like movie audiences, they've discovered that ever since Tony Stark said he was Iron Man, all of a sudden, we've had a lot of other Marvel superheroes and supervillains coming out of the woodwork.
Stark, you become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Now this divides Iron Man and Captain America. Captain America comes off of the Winter Soldier, seeing that Hydra had infiltrated the government and really not trusting the establishment, while Tony Stark has a really guilty conscience about some of the things that they left behind in Sokovia from Age of Ultron. And by the way, if you're not getting some of these references, you probably don't want to go see this movie, because you really have to know Ant-Man and Age of Ultron and Captain America and Captain America the Winter Soldier for a lot of the stuff in this movie to really impact you.
Who the hell's the other guy?
About to find out.
This is the first time that Marvel really said, you know what? You guys gotta watch the movies. Catch yourself up. All that being said, I love the premise of this movie. It really makes you think about police brutality and government oversight. Like, when should police be allowed to just do their job, and when do they need someone else to step in and say, hey, you've gone a little too far? And if you look at the Avengers as Team America, this police force that goes around the world and rescues everybody and keeps everything safe, the movie takes on one meaning. But if you look at them as a sort of a Jedi kind of peacekeeping organization, the movie takes on a completely different meaning. And then they introduce a villain who is not a typical Marvel villain. He is much more strategic, and at times he really reminded me of Loki. I think his plan is totally stupid, but at the same time, he's very, very strategic. The one thing that did stand out to me is that there are some fantastic sequences of CG and some horrible sequences of CG. The fantastic you see a lot in the trailer. This entire airport sequence is apparently built in a computer. The bad parts of the CG, well, I'd have to spoil parts of the movie for that, and I'm not going to do that, but let's talk about who shines. And for me, two characters just instantly jump off the screen. One is Spider-Man, the other is Black Panther. And I don't know if it's because I've seen all the other characters before and that they're kind of stale with me and I've seen them through all these movies, but man, when Spider-Man enters, even though you see that in the trailer, it is something that makes you want to jump out of your seat and cheer.
Underoos!
Hey everyone.
Tom Holland plays him as a funny and boyish type of character, and the screenwriters even make fun of people for their comments about how Marissa Tomei is a little too hot to be Aunt May. But the second guy that really steals the show is Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. Now, I am one of those people that said, Chadwick Boseman gets cast as every single black person. I mean, he's been Jackie Robinson, he's been James Brown, and now he's Black Panther. Next up, we're going to see him as Malcolm X or something like that. But Chadwick, I was wrong. I apologize. This dude plays the pants off of Black Panther, and I cannot wait until his solo movie comes out to see him in action even more as Black Panther and then also as T'Challa. The movie does get clunky in some spots, and it has a tendency to beat you over the head with its moral messages. Plus, you kind of get lost at sometimes because it's your favorite superheroes fighting your favorite superheroes, and you gotta kind of keep track of who's on what side and why they're fighting and all these things, and it gets a little hard to sit back and just enjoy the action. And I do not think that it rises to the level of Captain America the Winter Soldier. I mean, Captain America is one of my least favorite Avengers films. Captain America the Winter Soldier is one of my favorite Avengers films, and this one is kind of somewhere in the middle. Overall, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10.
You chose to do that.
It's a nice examination of what it means to be a superhero, and there's another underlying moral message that, even though they do beat you over the head with it, it is good to keep in mind. Okay, that is where I am going to leave it. Go see the movie if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, go check out episode 83 of the podcast. That is where we break down all of it, including the spoilers, and my friend, it is awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take a moment to subscribe, and I hope you have a magical day.